I was just writing down some notes, something that the Lord just gave me. I just posted something and I was kind of just following up on the last live that I did. If you guys didn't check it out, I believe I always forget the names of stuff when I get on here. But it was called, I think it was called Learning Love and Wisdom or something like that. It had something to do, no, actually, I take that back. I think it was wisdom. What was it? We talked about love, wisdom, and something else, y'all. I forget. I'm sorry. That's why I said, you know what? Let me take out a little notepad and write my stuff down. I don't know what it is. As soon as I go live, I go blank, y'all. Y'all forgive me. It's your first time watching me. What's up? My name is Amor. So this is going to be a very, very quick live. I wasn't even supposed to come on here and do another video. I told myself I've been posting back to back to back. So if you guys haven't seen me for a while, check out all my new content. Make sure you click on the thumbs up. Give me a like. Leave comments. The whole 9 yards, y'all. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you subscribe to this channel. But I wanted to come on here tonight and I came with this title of Nothing is Impossible When You Believe. And I just started thinking about like what it really means to believe, but what it really means to dream. And I wanted to come on here and just encourage you all. If you love this video, make sure you give this video a like by clicking on the thumbs up. Leave me comments. I would love to hear y'all's feedback and how y'all like this video. So without further ado, I had just posted something on my YouTube community board. So when you go on my YouTube channel, if you scroll all the way to the end, there's one that says post where you can post like quotes or like when you write things out. So I had just posted a screenshot from when I had told y'all in the last video that one of my favorite movies was Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella. It's a 1997 movie with Brandy Norwood and Whitney Houston. Brandy played Cinderella, Whitney played her fairy godmother in that movie. And there's a part in the movie, and I'm probably gonna butcher this again because I can't remember exactly what the quote says, but I did post it. So if you guys wanna see it, you guys can go ahead and look at it. But I think Brandy says, all my life I dreamed of leaving, or like I dreamed of like being free or something like that. And Whitney Houston's character says to her, you know what, that's the problem with most people. Most people dream about what they're gonna do instead of actually doing it. And there is something, if there's anything I can encourage anybody with, and I just felt like I really wanted to encourage anyone watching this video, whether you're watching it now live or on the replay. If you can dream big and you can go after any dream that's in your heart, is possible. Like what is really impossible to those who believe? Like what can't you do? Even in the word impossible, it says I'm possible. And I just started thinking too, because I had brought up that part of the movie to you guys, but I forgot about the song that Whitney sings in the movie with Brandy too. Impossible. And I forgot what the next part for. Plain country bucking to become a golden carriage. Impossible. Things are happening every day. And I cannot sing, y'all. So y'all, that's as good as it's gonna get. But anywho, I love that song. And the entire time they're just saying impossible, impossible, right? And basically what she was saying to Brandy's character, Cinderella, is like, here she is. She shows up as her fairy godmother. The girl's in rags. She can't go to the ball to meet with the prince. And she's like, yeah, this is an impossible situation, but I think we could fix it. I think I could put you in a dress. I think I could put you in a carriage. I think you could go to the ball, girl. Why can't you go? And I was just thinking about how, because when I posted this for you guys, I said, dreamers don't just dream, they do. And a lot of people in life, I was talking about that with y'all. Like for some people, dreaming and living a dream is just a dream. Like they're never gonna really go after anything. But the Lord also gave me this, and he told me to ask y'all, what's a dream that you're living right now? I don't care how small. Hear me. Like if y'all could just have mustard seed faith, if you could just listen to what I'm telling you. What is a dream that you're living right now? I don't care how small it is. I don't care how insignificant you think it might be. Maybe a dream that you've always had is to own a bookshelf. I finally got myself a bookshelf. I won't show it to y'all now, but maybe on another occasion. And that's a dream. Like I've had a dream since I was a little girl to have a bookshelf. And that might be something people are like, oh, it's just material. But like, what is a dream of something that you've always wanted your entire life? One of my dreams has been to be so confident that things don't bother me. That's a dream, to be free, to get out. Like a dream I had for a long time was to leave my hometown. I'm living it. How many dreams and how many things are you living every day that you take for granted? For some of you, it might be that you're married and you found the love of your life, or you had children, or you're working in a career you always dreamed of doing. I think, like a lot of people, we limit ourselves and we think a dream has to be this huge, outlandish thing. But dreams, things, impossible things are happening every day. And people could tell you all the time what's impossible for you, what you can't do. There's so many things, y'all, that I've been able to do in my life that people told me I was not going to be able to do. Okay? Like, I've been thinking a lot about too, like a lot of times people will say you can't be two things at the same time. I grew up in a role my entire life where I was just supposed to be pretty and just be quiet, and that's it. There's a saying in Spanish that says, calladita te ves más bonita, which means when you're quiet, you look prettier. And so for me, being the woman that I am, and the person that I always wanted to be, and looking up to women I always wanted to look up to, I always looked up to women that would speak. And I know for those of you who have been maybe following this channel for a long time, or even those of you who are watching me right now, it's like, dang, this girl's really saying a lot of stuff. I can't believe that she went her whole life thinking that she couldn't really have a voice. Or for some of y'all might be shocked. I know the other day I posted something talking about how my whole life I was bullied. And a lot of y'all like, what? And I'm gonna talk about that on another video because I don't want to talk about that right now. I want to keep it on the topic. I want to keep it on the subject. So hear me. You have to be brave enough to pursue your dreams. Can you be brave? Can you have audacity? Can you really believe? Or are you going to let things and people and what's been said to you your whole life stop you or make you feel like you can't be a certain person or you can't do a certain thing? Like, don't let anything limit you or stop you in life. Don't let nothing make you feel like you can't be the person you're supposed to be. Like, it doesn't matter what people say. It doesn't matter what you've been told. It doesn't matter what circumstances you're in. If you really want something and you really want to be something in life, God will open a way for you to do it. You just have to step out in faith. Like, that's really what faith is. I don't think a lot of people misunderstand. They think faith is like like it being certain. No, it's believing in what you can't see. Like, and you'll know, my God, I'm trying to hold myself back from speaking in the Holy Ghost. You'll know when you're meant for something because it's almost like you've already lived it. Like, it's like when you're really prophetic, you can feel this. You can almost hear what that's going to sound like. You could see it, like you could envision it, like it becomes so real, like you could taste it. Like, before I lived on my own and got married, I could see myself when I had some bad days and I was just like, yo, I know one day I'm just going to be standing in my own kitchen. I'm just going to be cooking my own food in peace. I know one day, let me give y'all this example. So like, I went a really long time without driving. I actually had a fear of car accidents for a very long time in my life. So just bad car accidents. I'd never been in a bad car accident, but I just had this phobia for whatever reason. You could say it was an attack from the devil, whatever. But I had this phobia. And it took me longer to drive than most people. So I kind of got my license later in life. And I remember one day, I wasn't that far from work. So I was like walking and I just felt it in my spirit. Like, it was just something that came over me. And it was like, by this time next year, you're going to have a car. You're going to have a car. You're not going to be walking anymore. And literally that happened. Like, can you take those moments when stuff feels surreal? And can you really lean into that? Can you really believe that? You see what I'm saying? Because you have to, in this life, you have to have faith. You have to believe. I know there could be moments that suck. For anybody, if you're going through a really hard time right now, or like stuff is not going your way, or you're being attacked, or whatever is going wrong, like, or maybe it's just like you can't catch a break. Like, every day is something going like horrible, right? I feel you. Like, I've been in those seasons. I've been in those moments where it's like, man, like, I'm not going to lose my faith, but right now stuff is just not easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff is difficult. Stuff is trying. Stuff is, it just is what it is. But if you can continue to just trust and lean into this idea that God knows where I'm headed, you could get there. I'm not talking about toxic positivity. I'm not talking about even when things are going bad, not taking a moment and just reflecting or processing whatever it is that you're being challenged with. Like, you can do that. You don't have to pretend like everything's great all the time. You don't have to be like, yay, all the time, because that's just not realistic. But you don't also have to let your circumstances define you. and you don't have to allow things to make you feel hopeless and helpless in life. Like, nothing in life is permanent. Just keep living. Just keep moving forward. And don't let anything make you feel like this is it. Honestly, I feel like the older you get to, the more you learn that about yourself, and the more you're able to like just overcome, y'all. Like, I don't know, like, and don't get me wrong, like, you could still go through things, of course, as you get older, but you can grow more in resiliency. Like, you can grow more in wisdom and more in your faith. And this is why I encourage people so much. This is why I do what I do on this channel, because it's not about what went wrong in my life. It's not about who wronged me. It's not about what the devil is even doing. Like, I'm going to spend more time giving y'all more videos on learning how to just magnify the Lord. Can you worship God in the midst of your situation? Like, there is nothing more powerful than when all hell is breaking loose, you being like, God, Lord, you are everything to me, God. God, I worship you, God. There is no other God like you, God. You are awesome, Lord. Who could stand against you, God? If you be for me, Lord. Like, when you really sit there and you just build it up, like, just keep talking, just keep praying, just keep speaking it into existence. Like, trust me, it works. And when you're in it, it's not easy. When you're in it, you don't feel like praying. But the Bible says that the prayers of the righteous availeth much, and that man ought to always pray. So even if you got to pray it with tears coming out your eyes, even if all you could say is, God, help me. As long as you acknowledge God in your situation, listen to me, like, just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep believing. Whatever dream God has put in your heart, whatever thing, no matter how life is going, no matter how things seem, like, just believe, y'all. Just keep dreaming, keep wanting it. Don't let nothing take away the dream out of your heart. Don't let nothing like permanently discourage you or make you give up or throw in the towel. One thing about me, I have a grace for resiliency. I'm not a quitter. Like, if I've ever tried to throw the towel, God would just pick the towel up and throw it back at me. Let's keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when you could keep going, like, a lot of stuff the devil does, he can't keep up with you after a certain point. He got to leave you alone after a certain point. Like, if you're going through a Job season, even after a certain point, the devil couldn't keep messing with Job, because Job kept giving God the glory. And so you got to really have this understanding and this mentality of, like, no matter what, I'm going with God. Come hell, come high water. If I got to go through the gutter, if I got to go through whatever I got to go through, I'm going with God. I'm going with God. I'm going for the gold. I'm going for glory. I'm not going to sit back. I'm not going to lay down. I'm not going to just take stuff. I'm not, because you have to get to a point where you understand you have a spiritual inheritance. You have things that God's been trying to give to your ancestors forever. Things that other people didn't want to do. Things that people around you, or people you even grew up with in your hometown, friends, whoever, maybe it's at a job, and like, you could just tell everybody just don't really have like a lot of, they just don't have faith, or like, they can't see outside of that cubicle. They can't see outside of that 9-to-5 shift. There's nothing wrong with working a job. There's nothing wrong with doing a 9-to-5. There's nothing wrong with working at a desk. There's nothing wrong with that. There's honor in that. You know what I'm saying? And thank God and praise God if you have a job, or if you don't have one, or if somehow your bills get paid every month. You ate food today. You had, a shower you could take, clean water to drink. Like, those are things to be grateful for, But you can always go for more. You can always go after your destiny. And that's what I wanted to get on here and talk to y'all about. Think about, again, what is a dream you're living in, and give God praise for that. Give God, like, just acknowledge that tonight before you go to bed, or wherever you are, whatever time you're watching this, if you're watching this on the replay. And again, like I was saying, to go after a dream, you have to have audacity. You have to be brave. If you are trying to do something and you're just like, oh my gosh, I'm scared, or I'm afraid, or there's fear, I'm not going to say that that's okay or normal, because really fear is not of God. You have to understand this. Like, do we experience it? Yes. I'm not saying like something's wrong with you. No. What I'm saying is that fear, you want to not pay attention to that. Like, you don't want to magnify that. You want to magnify God, because what does the word say? That God loves us in perfect love. Perfect love casts out fear. God doesn't want us to be afraid. And a lot of times we let fear, or what we don't know is going to happen, we let that stop us. We let that prevent us from being who we're supposed to be, doing what we're supposed to do. And listen, Success is for the dreamers. Success is for the people who are willing to go after the impossible. Success is for those who are going to dare to be different, who are going to dare to try and fail. Because it would be better to try and fail than to not try at all. It's okay if you're trying and you're failing at it and everybody's like making you the laughing stock. But guess what? Keep at it. The same people that's laughing at you tomorrow, they're going to be looking and checking for you and trying to figure out how did you do it. Listening to whatever it is that you're saying, because they're going to be like, wow, yeah, you look dumb for a season, but right now you up, right? Because that's how it is. You got to think like people will get comfortable in insecurity. People will get comfortable in making fun of somebody else because they just feel uncomfortable. A lot of people tend to judge what they don't understand. That's human behavior, right? And when we lack self-awareness and we lack bravery and we lack being able to like go beyond what's been presented to us, a lot of people are groomed to fit in. A lot of people are followers, you know? But if God has raised you up to be a leader, if God has raised you up to do things in a way that hasn't been done, like you have a vision that pulls on you, there's just something in you that makes you feel like, man, like I know that I'm supposed to go this way in life. And it's every day, like when it's real, when it's your calling, it's like what the saying says, it's going to keep calling you. It's going to keep calling you. The reason why I've been able to do this YouTube channel, and I dang near been doing this channel for over like 10 years. I may not have a lot of followers on here. I may not be YouTube famous, but for me, I do this because I value every person that watches this channel. I have my main testimony video has almost like 20,000, 30,000. It's around their views. Like I never thought, you know, when I put out that video, I mean, I knew what I had in me and I knew like this could be successful. I've always had that mindset. But like when I really sit back and think, wow, almost 20,000 people have watched this, a testimony about how God touched my life, like what God did in me. Like that's big. I remember growing up and going to church and people telling their testimony or watching videos of people talking about what God did in their life. And I never thought that I would have a piece of content on the internet that somebody would have consumed that many times. So you got to think like, for me, it's not about me or my story. It's about God getting the glory. It's about people being able to see, wow, like God touched this person, like them being able to reflect on how God touched them if they already know God, or even like, wow, I would like to get to know God like that, or I didn't know that God could be like that, or them just receiving whatever they receive. I watch testimony videos from time to time here on YouTube too. And I do that because it builds your faith and it makes you see how God touches people in so many different ways. And the way God reached me was through a dream that I had, honestly, like a dream to have worth and value on this earth. I wanted to have a purpose. I wanted to know, God, why am I here? Like, I know you created me and I know like you're real on some level, but like, I don't really know if I know that I know that I know that you're real. And I don't know why I'm here. I don't know why you created me, really. Like I want to know that. And then God gave that to me, and from that started everything I do on this channel. The person I become, y'all, is just, it's amazing. And I just want to encourage anybody, if you're there with God or if you would like to be there with God, it's possible. It's not impossible. I will say this: it feels at times like God has done the impossible in my life. It feels at times like God has done what I could not do in my own strength. Like God has really just transformed me. And even in the midst of everything I've been through, he's not only kept my mind, he's transformed it. He's renewed it. He's made it a mind that thinks and is able to, I don't know, like my mind, sometimes the things I'm able to come up with and the things that my mind is able to do, it just fascinates me. And you know, a lot of times I hear this saying and it says trauma affects the mind or changes the mind or something like that, but healing does too. I'm fascinated by how God created our minds, how God created our bodies. I'm fascinated by how we heal. Even something as simple like if you get a paper cut, like, do you know your body loves you so much that it heals itself for you? Like it goes through a natural process, like of just healing you. And so I know this is ministering. I feel it. I just want to leave y'all with this because this is what I wrote down. Success is for the dreamers, but not just for the dreamers who dream, which is what I wrote on the post, but for the dreamers who do. So hear me. If you have a dream, if there's a prophetic word that's been given to you, if there's something in your heart that you know like you're supposed to do on this earth, I'm telling you, you could dream as big as you want to dream. Keep dreaming, keep developing that vision, but make sure you take action too. Because when you get that prophetic word, you also got to do the work. It's not just, oh, God's gonna do all this stuff in my life. I'm so excited. And then I'm just gonna sit back and I'm just gonna wait for it to happen. I'm going to wait for me to gather the courage. I'm going to wait for all the people to meet me that need to meet me so that I could get this thing done. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to really understand and you have to really grasp that, like, you have to put faith into this. You got to put the pedal to the metal. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to really put your heart, you got to put all the sweat, tears. I'm telling you, like, everything, man. Everything. You can't, and for my pretty girls, my beautiful women, you can't be too pretty to get your hands dirty. You can't, man, listen, you can't let nothing, like, it gets to a point where you get so locked in that you're like, it's not even just I want what God has for me. It's I know it's mine. I know it's mine. And because it's mine, I'm going after what's owed to me. This is something that God has written in the book of life. This is my calling. This is my destiny. If I have to war after it, I'm going to war after it. I'm going to let God fight my battles, but I'm not going to be no punk in the spirit. I'm not going to sit back. I'm not going to let myself be bullied or tossed around. I'm not going to let nothing, I'm not going to let a bad day or a thought that crosses through my mind bring me down or make me feel like I can't do it. I can do it. I can accomplish it. I could be it. If it's in me, if God put it there, it's for a purpose, it is for a reason. And if it doesn't leave me alone, then that's for a reason too. So when something is on your mind all the time, it don't matter. Look, listen, just a little bit that you do every day, a little bit of an action will get you here. You see what I'm saying? Like, I didn't start being able to get on a live and not think about it that much. I had to go live every day. And back in the day, it was an app called Periscope. It don't even exist anymore. Okay? Learning how to do content, I'm still learning how to do content every day. You know what I'm saying? Being consistent, finding a way to have a flow with how you post. I'm still learning that every day. I'm still figuring that out all the time. It's something that, like, you know, you just, every season changes your schedule, your responsibilities. Like, I had a full day today of just things I had to do. I came home, I cooked dinner, I was tired. Took a shower, cooked dinner. And then right after, I was like, dang, I want to go live. And I told myself, I was like, I want to read tonight. I want to relax. But I don't know, y'all. God and the Holy Spirit was speaking to me and I got touched. And I just want, like, when I get that inspiration, when I get that touch, I just want to come on here. I don't want to care about getting dolled up and looking super pretty. I threw on this little sweater, had my little robe on. I was like, I'm just getting on. And I just encourage y'all, like, forget the aesthetics, forget like looking a certain way, forget all that, man. The only people judging you are the people that gotta judge because they mad that you doing it. And you doing your big one. You doing it big, Miss Mamas. You ain't gotta worry about none of that stuff. All you gotta do is just show up. Keep showing up. There'll be plenty. If you do what you gotta do, there'll be plenty of opportunities to be all dolled up, to look real cute. Okay? And so that's just how I see it, y'all. I already feel like I'm going in 10 different directions. I promise this video will be short. I'm already at 23 minutes. So I'm going to end here. I want to thank everybody that tuned in. I want to bless everybody. And my prayer is just that y'all really would just put your focus on God. Don't let the devil distract you. Don't let life distract you. Don't let anything discourage you. You know what I'm saying? Like, just keep getting up. Just keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to have a bad day. Just don't stay there. You know, so it's okay for things to not be okay. That's life. You know what I'm saying? But just keep moving forward. Don't give up. Believe, dream, go after it. And don't let nobody tell you no different. Don't let nobody tell you what you can't do. You go ahead and show up, and not to prove them wrong, to give God glory. All right now. God bless everybody watching this. I'll check